Hey, welcome to another Milepost here on the Vtwin Life. Vtwin Life is brought to you by a few great companies. One being Crash Inc. Clothing. You can find them out of Oregon. Great company, specialized in clothes, doing work on bikes now. You can check them out at crashinclothing.com. They got a lot of great stuff. Hey, head on over there. Maybe they got something you like. And we can't forget Wild Ass. You like pounding miles, you like riding, you want to be in comfort? Hey, maybe strap a Wild Ass under your ass and ride with an air cushion and be comfortable for hours. And can't forget Custom Dynamics, leading the industry in lighting LED technology. Man, these guys got some great stuff. So head on over to Custom Dynamics and check it out. Now, let's get to another milepost of the V-Twin Life. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another milepost of the V-Twin Life. Tonight we are kicking down milepost 86, kicking these things out as we cruise down the highway, hanging out with a lot of great people and building friendships. But this one has been in the works for a while. Something I've been trying to get this bald-headed dude to come on and hang out with me, but he's always too nervous, too scared. Hey, we finally got it to happen. So, let's dive into this. My brother Nick, nephew Austin. What is going on, boys?
What's up, buddy? How are ya?
Well, I'm warm inside the garage because it's cold as hell outside, but you know.
No shit. It's cold as hell over here. What is it, like 7 degrees, I think, today over here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got me beat. It's like 30 outside, but we've been getting that light snow and crap all day.
Bro, we've had the same snow on the ground over here for the last week. Okay, that's how cold it is. It just doesn't melt here.
Oh, shit. What's up, Springer Mike? Buddy, thanks for tuning in. I got Wrenchbender Nick and Mike. Those boys are also dealing with the cold as they're over in Gillette, Wyoming, where I know they've had snow and freezing ass temperatures and
That's way
have a
worse
good
than
time.
here.
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
So let's dive into it, man. Something I like to do with a lot of people is where to start. Where'd you find out that you wanted to fucking ride motorcycles and shit?
Oh, all right. Well, I hope you got some time.
Oh,
So-
trust me. We got time.
I was, well, as you know, but everybody else, I was born into this type of deal, right? So my pops was, he's been a biker his whole life. So, from a very young age, this is pretty much all I've known from day one. I mean, I shared my bedroom with a 66 electra glide for I don't know how many years. So, I mean, waking up to that every day and getting to the point where I was just like, well, my kids are done growing up now, so I can jump into my hobby and do what I want to do. So I got a collection of these deals now. But yeah, as it went, I mean, I don't know, I guess from about 11 years old, I was outside wrenching on these bikes with my dad, and all of his friends would come over, and I get paid to wash these bikes and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I've been around this my whole life, and then moving away and then moving up to Washington and meeting you, and I don't even remember how old we were, but and then
17, 18 years old, I think, when we
something
met.
like that. Yeah, something like that. And then, man, that's all we ever talked about, So here we are now, all grown up and still talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what about you, Austin? Where'd you get the bug for life on two wheels?
Shit. When we were young, it was
Back in the 50s?
back in the 50s,
Yeah,
riding dirt bikes and doing hill climbs with you and your boys and
Man, that was good times.
Maddie and everybody.
Good times.
Just going out riding trails, and then stepped up into like bigger bikes and started racing on the tracks and everything. I was like, all right. And then kind of got out of it for a little while, and then kind of worked back up into riding street now. And now that's all I do is talk about motorcycles, ride motorcycles, and build motorcycles.
Well, it kind of happened like one day, right? My wife was like tired of listening to me beg her for a motorcycle. Is basically how it worked out. So I begged and begged and begged, and she told me no and no and no. You know the whole routine. And then one day she was like, yeah, you can buy a motorcycle. And I was like, sweet, bought the bike, right? Not even a month later, he was like, well, I got to have a bike too. So man, it's like you pass the bug over. So here, it's your bug now. And it's a cool deal, man. It really is. And it's really neat to share this experience with my son. And, my daughter comes out here every now and again. So she's a little bit involved too. And, it's kind of like a family effort around here. It's just how it goes. If I don't know it, he knows it. And if he doesn't know it, and then
we find a way.
Yeah, we're figuring something out. We're reading books, looking, I hate to be like the YouTube warrior, but we're looking on YouTube. And
hey, sometimes you got to do that.
That's what I was saying. It's just some one of those things that you don't know everything. So if somebody else has obviously built one of these bikes before you, so you go watch something and figure it out. And that, it's just, I don't know. I enjoy our time. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think we have a good time doing this. And like any father and son, his idea versus my idea, it's, excuse my language, who's got the bigger balls at that point, because who's going to get away with it type of deal. But, we end up, it's a lot of both of our ideas in these builds, and I think that's what carries this along for us and keeps us interested, is because it's just not one-sided. Yep. It's not like we're going to build a chopper and then that's going to be what we're going to do. We're going to build a chopper, or we're going to build this chopper and this cholo at the same time, or we got this lowrider S going, and we got that one, and I don't know, man. I just, me, and my brain's all over the place. It's 100 miles an hour in 37 different directions, but
or 100 miles an hour down the highway going to Utah.
That too. And there's another thing. I wish I'd have kept that bike, but there's just little things along the way that we get to share doing this. And I think as his dad, and doing this together with him, or even having my daughter come out here and doing it with them, it's just a neat experience all the way around. Because whoever thought, a 1972 Harley-Davidson would bring your family together and have something to talk about. Even my wife comes out here, man, and talks about it. So, I think it's cool. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the things that we have picked up together along the way. And
for sure,
like his bike here, the lowrider bike, we took that, but nobody else. We took that bike to High Desert here for the bike show. And what was it, 30 bikes? Out of 30 bikes, he cleaned house, and he even beat my bike, and everybody's like, oh, aren't you going to be pissed off about that? I'm like, why would I be mad, man? We built that bike together. I'm stoked for him, and that's what I'm about. Yeah. I don't care about if my bikes win the shows or if everything that I built wins the show.
That's our bike.
It's our bike that's going to win the show. Then, that's what I'm about. I think that's I don't know. I just didn't mean to cut everybody off, but I just think that's the coolest part about this deal for me is being able to share this adventure with him. And, and when I'm done and it's just him there, he's going to be able to share that adventure with his kids. And I think that's the coolest part about this deal is it never gets old.
It's always something new.
Yeah. And it never gets old. And there's always something new to learn, and there's always something cool to build. And that's what I'm about.
It is, and it's fun.
It is, man. It's cool. And the people that you meet along the way, man, that is probably the coolest thing for me, because these bikes, these old bikes that I like, he's into the newer stuff. I'm a Shovelhead fan, that's just where I'm at. But there's certain things that he knows about these Milwaukee 8s and shit that I'm just like, that's all you, man. I can't even work the computer. My wife has to come out here and do all this shit for us. But, that's what I'm saying is I can do the old stuff and he can do the new stuff. And, we feed off of each other. And I don't know. I think it's rad, honestly, man. I just think it's a rad deal. And I think being around these bikes and meeting these people and, all the people that we know at the High Desert Harley-Davidson here, which, we've become pretty good friends with a lot of people here. And, everybody's got something that they're building in their garage, and then they find out that you're building something in your garage. Man, it's just like you link together, man. And I don't know.
Like we talk about it, or not we, in a lot of these episodes and, a lot of these mileposts everybody met, it's the motorcycle community as a whole. You start meeting them, and it's an absolute amazing group, community to, it's like a it's like a family, and it's very supportive. And the more you meet, the more it expands, and it's an awesome, an awesome thing to be part of, I think.
I think it is too, man. It's like the coolest brotherhood of people that all share the same interest, all know that, nothing's easy. If something breaks down, we're all there for each other. And then you get those occasional assholes that just ride by, and there is those people. I like to call them yuppies, but I don't know, man. It's just, I built a lot of shit in my time. I built a lot of trucks. I built a lot of stupid cars, just stupid nonsense just to keep my brain busy. But man, it's like you come out here in this garage and you tinker with these bikes and it never gets boring. It always puts a smile on my face.
Well, exactly. That's what Wrench Bender Nick said. So cool having your blood with you through this. A dad has to smile.
Oh, Dad. Yeah, man, it's just one of those deals, man. Like I said, I get excited about this because we're here together. We do this together. And he's learning all of this painting, Excuse me. He's learning how to airbrush and he's learning how to multitask these colors together. Because, we build some dynas. I'm not gonna hide it. We do some dyna, we're dyna bro. And that's more of his area. That's the stuff his buddies are into, the things that he likes to do. And that's totally groovy. But man, he gets these club paint jobs, right? What a club paint job is, Denver,
Yeah.
Man. And that's what he's learning right now. That coffee cup stuff that he was showing you. It's just, if we could become completely 100% in-house, that's what I'm after. And I'm always down to tinker and wrench on stuff as long as I can stand up and handle but to have your son out here doing this and just to take over, because, I'm getting older and I got some arthritis issues these days. This kid, man, he just nonstop. He works 16 hours a day. And I'm like, hey, man, if you come over here, can you help me do this right there on the spot? Johnny on the spot, and I think that's what's going to carry this for him because he wants to make it a business for himself. I just want to tinker and have some fun and build some cool shit.
I'm just glad you finally admit that you're getting old.
Right?
Hey,
finally.
You know what?
I know.
I might be getting old, bro, but you will always be older than me. Still there.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
well, fuck Austin. So actually, hey, why don't we let Austin have a word?
Go
since
for
you're
it, man.
Mr. Chatty Cathy over there, man.
Well, you got me nervous, so now I'm gonna talk.
So actually, why don't you, let everybody know what you're riding, Austin. Kind of what you've done and what you got going.
Riding a 2020 Lowrider S right now, and pretty much done some basic shit to it. Just bars, risers, 2-to-1 pipe, saddleman seat, running some dirt bike pegs, and pretty much dirt bike controls. Set it up just like a dirt bike. What I feel comfortable riding, because I like to jam corners and I like to do wheelies and burnouts and all the stupid shit.
No.
But this one, I'm going to pretty much cut it up and not make it a Lowrider S anymore, not a new Softail to be. I'm going to go order a dyno setup for the back of it and swap it over to that. That way I have external shocks and a box swing arm. Pull a 114 out of it and drop a crate 131 into it and go from there and see what it does.
Why do you want to go with the 131? I'm curious.
Because I want a little bit more power. This 114, it's fast and all, but it's not enough. And I need more.
Well, there is. Because I know a couple buddies now that run the 131s, and then it's like I know, a couple buddies that I've got to know through all this adventure of the time, and they're running some of the. Well, shit, Cullen's got the SNS 124, and fuck, he's putting 156 down.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how they come. You get the 111, and that throws 124 to the rear tire. There's a lot of options, but I don't got nothing against the 131. They're still impressive too. Just make sure you change the push rods because they're plastic keepers on those things.
Oh, that was the first thing coming out, and I was gonna pull the bottom end out of it and put Timken bearings and everything. Run it that way. Pull the stock 131 cam out of it. Go put a fueling cam in it and HPI flow matched intake and throttle body and bigger injectors and just let it party.
Let her eat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's old Jason Setzer Pendants. He's done all kinds of shit to his that he's had to because he's found out some of the cheaper engineering that went into that 131 that he's had some dealings with. But fuck, his screams. That road glide he's got, it goes.
Yeah,
Dallas, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, they party. A nice ass bike.
Well, why don't you, okay, Nick, give us a little rundown on the Cholo Lola there behind you.
Oh, so Miss Lola, she's a 2017 Heritage Softail. She's got DNA wheels, custom rear wheel. She got gold nipples. You know, that's top notchy, baby. But yeah, man, it's been one of those bikes that it's always been in my head, and now that it's finally come to fruition, I can move on to something else. You know, I'm gonna lower it though. I just can't handle not having it slammed. So I think the next project for me and him, and we're gonna put some air ride on it, front and rear. We're gonna put a 23-inch wheel in the front, and then we're gonna retrofit a different swing arm on it. Dirty Bird Customs makes a tubular setup so I can run external shocks instead of the Softail shocks being underneath the bike. So we're going to do that. And then a couple other little things. You know, I think I might like to do some mortar work to it. It's got a little bit of a tick in the top end. So there's a couple little things that I want to do. But, man, I've been so tied up with this old shovel head here that I've kind of passed on everything else just to get this old girl back on her feet. That's just where I'm at, you know. The shovel head has kind of taken over my life at this point, you know. Everything that I look at for parts is based around this bike. So we're going to get this one finished up. We're going to get it in paint. I got to pull the jugs off of it, redo the valves. I would like to put new rings in it and probably change the top end in it. I might do an 80-inch instead of this old 74. So that's kind of where we're at with that deal. You know, it's just, man, I can't stop buying them. I find them, I buy them, and then I'm like, damn, why did I buy that? Like the Dyna, you know, it was there. I was there. I bought it. So,
and then you went off-roading.
You know,
Field of Dreams, baby.
Yeah, the Field of Dreams. I'm not going to lie. I straight ran out of talent and crashed. But, you know, I'm glad I did. I really am. I'm glad the crash happened because it opened my eyes. I didn't ride with a helmet. I didn't really think about the consequences because, you know, when you're on the bike, you're invincible. You're never going to crash. You got this shit. Well, I crashed, and now I'm like, I'll never get on another bike without a helmet again. After smashing my face off the ground, I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm done.
It was majestic, though. It was classy.
You watched the whole deal.
Almost as majestic as watching Amy fly off that air mattress one day.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Man, I will never in my life forget that deal. She just right up on there. Perfect. It was like the perfect lift. Poof.
Oh,
Good
I
times.
mean, you know, what was that? New Year's, we finally decided to go to bed about 5. You come down for round 2 at like 5:30, and we're on the air mattress. All I hear, Nick, Fat Man Frog Splash, and I quickly just roll off as Amy goes parallel about 6 feet in the air.
Yep.
Oh, fucking good times.
That was good, man. I miss those days, honestly. That was some good shit.
Actually, no, one of the best things that, you know, not going way back, but I remember, you know, we were younger. We always talked about, you know, get Harleys, we're going to ride, you know, all this stuff, you know, wanting to do shit together. And when I rode down there 3 years ago, you know, the first trip down there, and when the three of us got to go for a ride was probably the most fucking epic in memory. It just, you know, something we talked about forever, and then finally seeing it come true was fucking memorable as shit.
Yeah, I got those pictures. I mean, I look at that. Well, you used it for the podcast today, but man, I look at that picture and I'm like, man, it finally happened. We finally got to do it. But I'm not going to lie. There's some pieces to that puzzle that we're missing. You know, Dad wasn't there. and both boys weren't there. So when we
Value
get all
point.
of that taken care of, then everything that we've talked about growing up will then finally come true. That
Go full circle.
yeah.
Yeah, because
But-
when you get dad on the bike or anywhere, he's like a fucking 20-year-old kid.
Yeah, I know. I think anybody is really, man. Every time I get on that bike, I'm all smiles. That's it. I mean,
dude, even the trip to Utah when we're going down to pick up the '66 Shovelhead with Dad, the three of us, and the trailer jack on the trailer, the tongue jack.
I was just gonna say that. Remember when Dad drug the trailer and we got out and he was like, "Oh, fuck it, fuck it."
Pulling out of a hotel parking lot. It was a big dip to the road, and the trailer wasn't even his. He borrowed it from a buddy, and all of a sudden, all you hear is this ungodly grinding. It's like, the fuck was that? Dad? Oh, let me back up, and you hear it again. Oh, I think that's a tongue jack. Puts in drive. Fuck it, it's not mine. Out we go again.
We literally get out of the truck to look at this thing, and it's like this, right? It's like folded over and shit. And we're like, "Uh-oh." And he's like, "No, we can do about it now."
I guess I'll replace it when we get back home.
It literally fucked it up bad. Like,
Yeah.
but, I mean, what can you do? We
Already fucked it up.
maybe had a drink or two in the restaurant, and that's the way that shit kind of worked out. So it is what it is.
Well, then once we finally, I remember getting down there. Well, let's find a hotel. Playing on his phone. Hey, there's a Best Western. Okay, he clicks thing. What do you get there? You got to turn now. It's like, well, that exit goes by because we're doing 80 down the freeway. It's like, and we did that like 3 times. Why don't you pick something about 4 miles up the road, Dad? Just do us a favor.
Yeah, I remember that deal.
Oh, then we finally
Getting a
found
little
that.
frustrated.
Get there, and then of course we find out that you can't have a double in the state of Utah. And then, what was it? The waiter dude we had was into cars or some shit, so he brought us that entire platter of Jello shots.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Here, this is a gift from the people over there across the table. They want you guys to have a good time down here tonight. It's like, Jesus, man, we're gonna sleep for like 5 or 6 hours and got to go pick up a Harley, and then we're going back.
Yeah. Whole freaking platter of these deals.
There must have been close to 30 of those damn things on that fucking plate. That platter, it was huge.
Man, they were
Yeah.
rough too. It was rough.
Yeah, Dad was having a good time.
Yeah, he was. He was happier and all hell. Fuck the trailer up, didn't care. Like,
Then the next day, when it was his turn to drive, he's clicking the button. What the fuck? Top speed 102? Ah, Nick was driving, not me.
Yeah.
I reset the fucker when I got out of the driver's seat.
Drove, right? So Denver Dad drove over, and I just sat in the back, like, whatever, I just chilled. Well, we got the bike, loaded it up, we seen my Uncle Phil for like 0.2 seconds, handed him some cash, threw the bike in the trailer, and off we were gone, man. We were fucking out. So I drove back, and Dad was like, kind of nodding off over there. So he fell asleep. I look in the back seat. Denver's already asleep. I fucking wooded that deal. We were hauling ass.
Got that sport track going.
Yeah, we were hauling the mail. But man, that's another bike I should have kept that deal. But for what it was worth, and it just had no value to me. If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
The story behind the bike and the story.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, Wind Road Therapy. Hey, you all have a Merry Christmas too.
Uh-oh. I thought he was talking
No,
to me.
just
I'm like, what?
No, the comments.
So I don't even remember how I was going to go with this deal, but it was my old man's bike, and it turned out that it wasn't really my old man's bike, if that makes any sense. But
Yeah.
what was it, Denver? Wasn't it just like the case or something that was original to the bike? I think is what it was. The case,
The case or just the low end. I think I remember you saying the frame, everything had been changed, so nothing else was actually your dad's. It was on it.
Yeah. So that was part of the reason why I was just like, you know what, we're just gonna let it go. And the bike, man, every time we rode that bike, something broke on it, right? Or or almost got run over by a car because somebody lady ran the stop sign. Like the bike was just haunted, man. Every time you get on the bike, something would happen, or you have like bad juju anytime you're around it. So, needless to say, the old girl is in a museum now in I think it's Louisiana. I believe it's Louisiana. As it should be. I mean, I'm happy with it right where it's at, and if my dad's not happy with where it's at, then he can go over there and haunt that shit. Because, I mean, it's just weird, man. Like the whole time we had that bike, it was just a weird feeling, like an eerie feeling. But
we should take a ride down there just to go see it someday.
We should. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I got to buy another bike, but story of
we
my
could
life.
be like Dad, he said years back after he retired, he was going on a ride to Montana. He'd be back in like 5 or 6 days. I hadn't heard from him like a week, so I called him, and all this noise in the background. It's like, where the hell are you at? Oh, we're in fucking New Orleans. I'm like, what the hell happened to Montana? Took a right turn. Fuck, all right.
Took a right turn.
It's like, I'm fucking retired. I'm like, have fun, man. Enjoy it.
See, and that's kind of where I'm at too these days, After the accident and doing all of these other things to actually get to this point again, man, I just want to go do crazy shit now. I want to get on these bikes like we talked about, when we were like 20 years old, sending them stupid ass boats down. I want to go do this shit, And now that our boys are grown, we could share that experience with our kids, and I think that's the coolest part. And bring Dad along, of course, because he's still mobbing, so can't leave Pops at home. But
Oh yeah. Heck yeah, he gets a new knee on Friday. He'll be good to go.
Oh, that's right. The new knee. Goodness.
Yeah.
Don't envy that man.
No, I know he's been dying for some therapy. Of course, weather, whatnot, because I know his road glide's been sitting in the garage for months. I mean,
Really?
Fuck, he can't hold it up. I mean, he can't, waiting on the knee replacement. I mean, he can't walk without a cane. His knee's just foobarred, so he probably hasn't ridden in 5 months.
Holy shit. That's huge for Pops.
Even his little part-time gig, job he used to do just for mad money for the, the hot rod shit and the bike, he quit that months and months ago because he can't get around.
Looks like I might have to take a little trip up there and maybe borrow that bike. You know what I mean?
Good luck. He keeps telling me that I need to come ride it after putting the True Duals, the cam in it, the new tuner, the intake, and all this stuff. I'm like, sweet, I'm going to come get it. No, you're not. It's like, you just said I need to come ride it. Oh, you need to ride this thing. Cool, I'm going to get it. No. What the fuck? It's a bunch of bullshit.
Ah, shit. You need to ride it. Not today, though.
Yeah, exactly it. And
He had the
tomorrow,
107.
not a good day.
Did
What?
he have the 107 or the special?
114.
He had the 107, but he woke it up. It's got the Bazzani True Duals on it, the Fuel Moto programmer, the Chromeworks. Fuck, I think he went with this. They're 5 or 6 inch because he wanted the larger ones, take up the gap in the saddlebags. Yeah, the Fuel Moto programmer, and then the high flow intake, and and the cam. I think he did something else, but yeah, he said it was night and day difference. I mean, literally night and day. He goes, it's like riding a whole new bike. He goes, holy crap, you want to talk about waking up and just fucking get with the program.
Fuck, I should have done that to the one I had.
Yeah.
That road glide that I had, man, I swear, that was the biggest piece of shit. 20, what was it, 22? 2021 or 22? Anyway, I think it was a 22. 21? 21. Man, we blew that thing up 4 times. 4 times, man. It didn't have 5,000 miles on it.
That just could have been your right hand, too, Gotta break it in properly.
I did. I didn't take it
right.
over.
We rode it for 300 miles.
Yeah, I rode it 300 miles before I did any kind of burnouts or anything with it.
I think it actually left the showroom sideways.
It did. 0 miles, and I pulled out of there sideways. It is what it is.
You got to do what you got to do.
This is probably when my shit breaks down all the time.
Which is weird because mine doesn't break.
Yeah, man, we ride that lowrider S, man. We beat the dog snot out of this bike, right? And it just takes it. Comes back, smiles at you when you put it away, like tells you sweet nothings in your ear and shit. I mean, she loves it.
Full of race gas and all.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I know when we did the
Sorry, go ahead,
bosses
Bob.
over mountains on mine, the last fuel stop, we were out in, where the hell did I have to stop? Quinault. And the only thing they had was ethanol-free regular. And, oh, fucking old Black Betty hated that fucking gas. Coming into town, they, like, hit a stoplight and fucking die.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Buttering.
Like, shit. Fuck, I had to pull in a, you know, finally it's like, fuck, I'm filling the rest up with premium, dump some additive in just to try to help it. But, yeah, mine don't like, I can't run regular. I mean, just with the cams, a little bit of shit that's been done to it, it does, she don't like regular. You got to have premium.
Man, we got some 110 over here that's dandy.
Oh, yeah.
When you come down and visit, we'll put like a gallon in there for you and see if you like that shit.
Well, there's a place on that first time I got gas, Kamania, way the fuck up in the panhandle. It's like one gas pump in this town that really doesn't even look like a gas station. And that's all they had was regular. And, you know, learn from watching some videos, you know, pack a fucking thing of additive in your saddlebag and dump in some fucking fuel additive. And it worked, kept going. I didn't have a problem with that. But this go around, when I did the trip, I didn't even think about it. I didn't take any fuel additive. It's like, huh, yeah, maybe I should have done that.
Yeah, we go through that shit too, you know. We're on our way up the last time we came up to see you guys. We got gas at the same place. My bike ran like shit until we got to the next gas stop, and his bike ran just fine. I'm like, well, man, we just got the gas at the same pump, but yeah, I couldn't even barely get over 80 mile an hour. I think it was all spit, it popped, and I'm like, great, brand new fucking bike. I think it's a piece of shit, you know.
It's already leaking oil.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Rode it to Reno. Rode it over to Reno, and what did it do? Blew the lifter blocks out of. Oh yeah. Let's not forget the time you ran out of gas on the way to my house.
Hey, shit happens.
Shit. But anyhow, man, we get over to Reno and it's just blowing oil. It lifted the jugs. It's blowing oil off the bottom of the heads. It's blowing oil out of the lifter blocks. It's blowing oil out of the top of the rocker box.
It pushed the O-rings up the fucking push rod tubes.
Yeah, pushed the O-rings out of it. So, well, that was the first time, right? Yeah, that was the first time. Then we loaded it on the trailer, of course, drug it all the way back here in the great Harley warranties. Fixed it. I don't even think we made it maybe 100 miles. I blew it up again. Brought it back, had it fixed, blew it up again, brought it back. Last time, I ended up selling it to some dude here for cash. He was going to build it for his a show bike or something. So they put stretch bags and all that shit on it. And ended up having to replace the motor because it flat-sided the piston? Flat-sided the piston in it. Man, I rode that bike for 4,000 miles like that. Didn't even know it.
Jesus.
So I guess that tells you something about a Milwaukee 8, though, I guess.
And I don't know. I've noticed a fair amount of people have some issues, and I'm not a total fan of them yet, but it's like with anything, though, you bring out, you know, a new platform, new engine. I mean, you're going to have stuff that you got to work through for a couple years, but I don't know. For me, I'm just not sold on them yet. Just not my cup of tea.
You know, bro,
I'm going to go with you.
I'm not completely sold on them either, but riding Junior's bike, man, and I'm not lying to you. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this bike, but with my big fat ass on it, man, it pulls wheelies in third gear like it tries to stand up. Remember like riding 500s when we were kids and you have to sit on the tank to keep the front end down? That's how this deal is, man.
It's like that one time the guy wanted me to hill climb he had that CRF 450 with a 568 kit in it on nitrous.
I remember that.
I told him I'm going to fuck it up. I said, dude, I can't keep the front end down. It's like, dude, I'm a big guy. I'm on the gas tank. Oh, just do it. Oh, I did it all right.
Oh, I remember.
Looped that baby, bent the triple clamps, the bars, the subframe.
Fucked it all up.
Sorry, dude. I
told you.
Well, you should have just hit that bottle. Dude, I don't need the nitrous, buddy. I mean, and you tell me how he trail rides it. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Well,
no.
Well, now you know our dilemma over here because we're fucking stupid. Okay, I'm not even gonna hide it. We like to go fast, bro. You know, we have this thing with canyons. You know, well, you know, you've ridden with us. We like to go fast. We like to mob. We get down, and that's where I'm at. So with the new bike that
Yeah,
we're
you just
getting,
can't mob on Lola back there because she'll fucking suck the fuel and blow your eardrums out.
you
Hey, now I've watched that bike skip across the concrete.
I was just gonna say the primary on Lola is a little ground off. You know what I mean? She's been through her paces. I'm not gonna lie. I ride the shit out of that bike too. I mean,
We did that canyon ride up to, I don't remember where we went, up to that one little
Idaho City.
Yeah, oh dude, that food was awesome up there.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. You know how many times I dragged that pipes too. I mean, that's just what we do. So the new bike, I'm gonna break down and buy one of those sick ass STs. You know,
They are sweet.
they are sweet, man. And my
Sweet price tag too.
my buddy Matt's got me pretty much talked into it. So yeah, it's hefty. It's hefty. But there again,
the shitty part though, I mean, they advertise all the pictures. You see the external reservoirs for the Olin suspension, all that, but they don't
doesn't
come that
come
way.
with it.
No, you got to pay a lot of extra for all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like you could go buy a standard and spend the money and do your own suspension and still come out less than what the price would be if you wanted to go with, you know, the Olins that they advertise it with that you don't get.
I don't even think they offer that anymore in the front end. Like it came out the first time and you're supposed to get front and rear, right? I believe is what it was.
No, it's actually an option. It was never come standard with it.
Oh, it is the option. Well, they don't even offer the option anymore when I was there. So if you want that shit, you have to go over to, you know, their parts bullshit, talk to those guys, and then, you know, they're good for another $20,000 on top of the already asking price of the bike. So I think what we're going to end up doing is I want the 131, obviously. So I'm going to buy not the road glide. I'm going to get the street glide because I'm a huge electra glide fan, and that's pretty close to the same look after I run some highway lights and shit on it too. So I'm going to end up going with that. And I think we're going to end up buying the 131 and just doing the swap here in the garage. And then I'll have that 117 for I think I'm going to throw that bitch in like an FXR, man. I want to build like a Milwaukee 8 FXR with a 117 in it and retrofit that. And just do something like that. I could just
bring down Betty. You could dump that one, you know, dump it in mine.
I was going to say, bro, we got this 114 out of this bike. I'll throw that in there. I'll retrofit
come down
that
on a weekend. We'll just throw it in on a weekend real quick and call it good.
Man, it ain't going to take me long. I just make a motor mount real quick. The only thing we're going to have to do is you're going to have to get a transmission because yours is not going to work on this deal.
But well, it's got one in it. It's a package deal. It's the only way it works.
It just gives me a reason to go buy that Baker 7-speed.
There you go.
There you go. Well, bring her down, man. I'll put it in. But I'm just saying, when it comes time to programming that and getting it to run, that's not this guy. Okay, I don't even know how to turn the fucking laptop on.
I know, that's why I get to see your wife every time we go to do this. She comes out and I got to get it set up for the boys, man.
Yeah. That's how that shit works out for me, man. It's not for me. Like, we're getting ready to buy some programs and shit so we can, instead of having to take the bikes down to Harley after we put bars and shit and all that good stuff in them, instead of having to take it down and have the ABS bled, we're just going to buy this program here and do it in the shop. So, there again, that's going to be my wife that has to learn the program and teach me because I'm stupid, okay? I'm not even going to hide it. I can't figure this shit out.
Dude, on your phone, man.
I can't even figure out how to use the phone, man. The phone doesn't work half the time. I got to give it to one of the kids and have them fix it.
Well, dude, it's like some of those new programmers. They Bluetooth right to your phone. You can sit there and change as you're riding on your phone. Pop in different maps and.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
You guys know how good I am with the phone, okay? It's either I can text you, I can call you, and I can Snapchat you. Any other of that, I'm screwed.
Half the time you can't even do half that.
Yeah, I was gonna say half the time I can't even figure out how to use the fucking Snapchat.
I don't know. I get plenty of those every day. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I do. I mean, I got enough practice in now. I mean, what was our streak like? 2,100 days or some shit now.
Yeah,
but,
somewhere around there.
Jelly, don't be jelly.
You're worse than a woman.
Shut the fuck. I'll kill you. If we weren't on TV, I'd kill you.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
But there again, man, back to these bikes and all of this stuff. Honestly, man, I think if we didn't have the interest growing up and have this stuff a part of our lives at a young age, you know, we might not be so involved in this, and my kids might not be so involved. And your boys, I mean, I know Hayden's riding, and I know Sethro is right around the corner. So,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Well,
it's just
much like you. I mean, I grew up with it. I mean, you know, my dad rode, and you know, I mean, Glenn, my stepdad, he was, you know, an old school biker, you know, from, you know, the clubs way back when, and you know, grew up within this environment, and you know, I've been a part of it my whole life.
well, that's what I was getting at. You know, it's just one of those, like the old clubs. You know, my dad was involved with a lot of those clubs, and I met a lot of cool people that were involved in those clubs growing up. You know, and I still, even to this day, man. We were just in here talking about this shovel head today, and yeah, look at Amy's. But we were in here talking about these shovel heads today, and my dad's bike, this old man, his name's Tar, and he lives down in Reno. And man, I remember growing up in that shop and watching him build these bikes and watching him build my dad's bike for him. And man, I always told myself, man, this is what I want to do when I get older, you know? So as time went on, you know, being a millwright and welding and building shit, building these mills and all of this stuff, you know, it all led me basically back to this, man, because this is my passion, hands down. I wanted to build a race car. Like, I have this dream, you know, like every guy that watches, what is that show? Street Outlaws, you know, the Daddy Dave Sonoma. I went and bought one so I could do that. You know, this is like something that I had to do. I just, on the bucket.
I remember getting pictures of the high-rise tonal ram, the turbo,
Yes!
the fucking truck. Oh, look what I got. I'm going to do this. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. You know, and then it all kind of led back to, well, I'm not even going to lie. My wife gave me like the ultimatum. She's like, if you want to do the bikes, do the bikes. If you want to build a race car, sell the bikes and build a race car. Well, you know, I can't sell my bikes, man. Like, I love these bitches. Like, these are my girls. I come out here and tell them goodnight, like every night. I'm like, good night, ladies. I love you all. Shut the lights off. Turn the heater on. Turn the lights off.
Which we know is 100% fucking true.
Well, I can't be the
I know
only
you.
I can't be the only biker in the world that doesn't come out and be like, I love you girls, good night, right? There's got to be other bikers that go out and caress their girls before they go to bed, like, you my baby, I love you, good night. No?
Right.
You can't tell me I'm the only one.
I don't know, man.
Well,
hey, you know, I come out in the garage. I'll talk to Black Betty. You know, whisper sweet nothings at her, and you know, let her know she's appreciated. You know, she just sits here living that battery tender life right now.
Yeah, I got 4 of them on that deal right now, but I'm not lying, man. I come out here and I could be in the worst fucking mood, pissed off at the world, hate my life, hate everything that's going on. Open the garage door and get a big ass smile on my face because here they are. They're just sitting here. And they're just waiting for me to come out here and whisper sweet nothings in their ear.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just a huge passion now. And I'm actually glad I didn't pursue the race car thing and go that route. I sold all the race car shit. Well, we don't have anything now. I sold it all except for the Sonoma. That's my bomber. I drive it because it's a 4-cylinder and it gets like 90 miles to the gallon, you know, right now. But I don't know, man. like I said earlier, it's the old bikes for me, and it's always been these old bikes because they have a story to tell. And you know, you pull one of these things out of the barn that's been sitting there for 30 years, and the old man's telling you all this shit that he's done to the bike when he was younger, and the stories that come with it. And it just gives you that drive to make it something special again, bring it back to life and put it back on the road so the next person down the line can see it again. And that's what it is for me. That's where I'm at with this deal. Junior, on the other hand, he's all about let's go 150 mile an hour and do wheelies and sketchy shit. I'm just over here like, man, I love these old bikes. I'll be drooling on the old bikes while he's over here doing burnouts for everybody else. I'm just like, damn, this is beautiful.
So I just like to make everything fast.
Yeah.
So take an old chopper and make it fucking fast. That's the plan.
Well, there's a time for fast, and there's time to, you know, something to just get you from A to B to fucking M to O to P to Z and back.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. It's just a little bit faster than normal, you know?
Well, I know there's a lot of guys, you know, there's a lot of bikers out here that mob just like we do. You know, it's an adrenaline thing for me, really. Like the crash. Man, I knew better. Only ridden the bike, what, 3 times?
You started it 3 times.
Yeah, I started it 3 times. So basically, I ridden the bike twice. Once around the block, and that was the main voyage.
Well, why don't you explain the bike?
Okay. So after I sold the roadglide, I wanted a Dyna. I mean, I just wanted to build this badass Evo and just have this original Dyna. So I bought a 98? 99? And it's a 98 lowrider, all original, even the original paint. And I got it off this dude in Nampa. And he was like, we just went through it, you know the story. We went through it, we built the motor, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I just want the bike. I give the guy $4,000. We start this POS. And all of a sudden, it's a monsoon, right? It starts dumping rain. My wife's in the dually, and we're in Nampa, which is 40 minutes away from our home, in the dark. So I throw on my rain gear, put my helmet on, got my gloves on. I'm out. I'm like, we're doing this. I'm riding this thing home. Get it all the way home. Pull into the driveway. Of course, I do a burnout in the driveway. You know, I just got to break it in. The exhaust falls off the back jug. The exhaust falls off the back jug. The front brakes go out while I'm doing the burnout. And then all of a sudden, the bike just starts running like ass. It turns itself off when we get inside. And I'm like, well, I guess that's the end of that. So after we had it down for a good minute. Redid some of the wiring, fixed the exhaust, figured out that the jugs on it were bad because the exhaust has been loose for I don't know how long on the rear jug. So it literally egg-shaped the jug because the exhaust just sat there and rattled around and beat the shit out of it.
The jugs weren't even torqued down.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. That's the other part. So we're looking at this and we're going through, you know, just general maintenance on the bike. And I see seeping at the base of the jug, you know, the case in the jug. And I'm like, shit, that ain't good.
Seeping is under.
It was leaking. It was leaking. And I'm like, oh, that ain't good. And I'm like, well, you know, old mechanic, I'm just going to tighten the head bolts down so I don't have to worry about doing this right now. Denver, 2 of the head bolts or 2 of the main studs at the bay. Dude, you could take the bolts and finger tighten them like this. It was, I don't even know how the bitch ran home. But after we got it all situated and figured out and put back together and put bars and what we did, bars, cable, wiring, exhaust, fixed the tank. I mean, there was
right. So you basically got a rolling frame.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We got a basket case is what we got.
Oh, shit.
So we got her going, and man, I did a couple little burnouts in the driveway. I'm like, all right, this bitch is ready to go. Sure enough, man, I ran out of talent. missed the corner right off into the farmer's field, jumped the ditch, and that
was that.
Yeah, that was pretty much it, man. I lawn darted myself right into the dirt. Like, I hit the dirt and stopped immediately. Man, I hurt my ribs, my shoulder, my collarbone, my neck hurt, and I got up, and like the adrenaline rush, man, I just jumped up and I'm like, holy shit, I'm alive.
It was all
Yeah. But you know, your wife, man, she always yells at me, you need to put a helmet on. You need to tell us to put a fucking helmet on. I'm like, nah, we'll be okay. We're going to be okay. Nah, I'll never ride a bike again, man, without a helmet on. Never, ever again. Not happening.
So Amy had to go to for you, Austin. What's your favorite bike or your favorite bike memory?
That's a good question.
That's a hard one.
That's a hard question. Man, we've done some crazy shit.
Because I like all motorcycles. All the motorcycles that I've owned or that we've had.
I think one of the fun ones when me and Nick took your guys' motorcycles when you're 50s and decided to go around the neighborhood.
I was going to
And
say.
then we stopped at Rod's house and Rod was handing out beers.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
The 50 days were.
Man, the 50 days were the shit.
They were the shit.
Those were
I'd
fun.
have to say.
The hill climb days. Man, the hill. Remember when we got accused of cheating by that little girl's dad and
I was just
freaking out
gonna bring that
because
up.
Maddie drug her ass up the hill, and then you went up and drug her ass, and then her dad freaked out. Remember that shit? Calling us cheaters, and
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
I was
yeah,
gonna bring
yeah,
it
we
up.
were cheating. I mean, that little 50 had a 110 kit in it.
It was an 88. It was an 88 with hot cams.
Yeah, we were cheating a little bit. I mean, he was good.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
That's good stuff.
Hey, man. Oh, there you go. Austin built me a sweet jump in the driveway with the old
fuck yeah,
KTM
we did.
60. Double stacked the bike ramps.
Superman, dude. The Superman was the shit.
yeah.
Oh, that was an epic one.
Fuck yeah.
Good times, man.
You know, I'm
Oh,
surprised
yeah.
we're not dead yet.
Yeah, me too, man.
Quite honest.
Especially us, dude. Like, I'm gonna bring up the water thing again at the port. When we drove Denver's Blazer underneath the fucking in the log yard. Literally, man. Like, we drove down and back out. And I looked over at Denver the whole time. You know, like you have like that flash of you're gonna die in this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I just looked over and it was like, we're dead, bro. We're gonna drown in this shit. The water literally went up over the windshield and the top of the rig.
Yeah, that hole was deeper than we thought.
Yeah, I mean, we just drove like whoosh, and then come back out the other side, and I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, man. We went and parked that, and what the cops weren't even like 5 minutes away. As soon as we parked and got in the middle, we looked out, there was cops everywhere. Gosh,
Yeah.
Man, we done some
That was an
stupid
old shit moment. Saw the
We've
water
done
that
some
high and just
stupid
all of a
shit.
sudden right foot to the floor. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was icy, man. It was the middle of fucking winter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, then,
I
yeah,
lost
the
my
old
shit on
Superman
that
jump.
jump.
Amy,
Yeah.
Yeah. You let him do that? He just
Yeah.
asked if he could jump it. I didn't see that they were stacking every bike jump we ever made on top of each other.
Dude, we had everything underneath that.
That was good.
Dude, that little KTM 50, that little fucker ripped.
Yeah, it did. It was
A little
fast.
two-stroke screamer.
Hell yeah, that shit was cool, man. Good shit. What else did we do? What else have we done that's virtuously retarded over here?
Well, that list
We,
is long but distinguished.
How about the no, not that. The racing down the freeway. So I was on my way out one day.
Oh,
I
no,
just got
wait, hold
low.
on. We got one. What about Carly on the quad out at the farm?
Oh, yeah, taking out boats and everything.
Oh yeah, man!
I need
Fucking ran everybody over.
Straight ran their asses over. Crawled right up Chelsea's legs. God, Rachel was so pissed off about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
that was a good one. How do I stop it? Oh, yeah.
She was
Brakes.
already stopped. That was the funny part. She was just like there. Rachel was standing there, and all of a sudden, boom, up and over Chelsea and Michael. Man, I still hurt her knee. Man, I still feel bad about that shit. It was like a week later. She was still limping too, and I'm like, oh man, I feel so bad.
Or Grandma Roo on Maddie's bike. She went through the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, motorcycles are dangerous. Motorcycles are dangerous, especially for us. We're stupid.
Well, I think sometimes you got to give a person more than a 30-second crash course. Grandma Roo, how do I stop it? I just hit that lever.
Yeah, hit that. Pull that lever, and you'll be all right.
You shouldn't be going that fast. Oh, shit.
Straight to the fence.
Yeah.
Straight to the fence.
Shit.
Through a wire fence.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. Oh,
Man.
good times.
What else? What else we got? Let's talk about the charity deals. I like this stuff. So
All right. What do you want?
Go ahead. Got to text and get a coffee.
What do you want to know? You want to talk about it?
So what is it? Basically, what I want to know is what do we got to do on this side to be involved with this? Because I mean, I'm always down to ride to help children out, and if that's what we're going to do, then I'd like to get on it as soon as possible so we can get these charities going.
So you're talking about like for Mile Monsters?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's lots of different rides all over the place, but everybody can also start their own or do their own. You can set up a ride, however you want to do. I mean, there's no minimum, there's no maximum, there's no length. I mean, everybody's circumstances, what they ride or how they ride, time frames. I mean, nobody rides the same essentially. So, I mean, you could set up a ride, summertime, say, hey, I'm going to do, just say, 1,000 miles in 24 hours, just for instance. You can set up, your fundraiser, Mile Monsters, or set it up on Facebook. Being as Mile Monsters is a 501c3, when you go to set up a fundraiser, you type in Mile Monster, they will pop up on the, approved or whatever list by Facebook. You can click in them, and you can do your own fundraiser. You can do your own ride. So you can put together whatever you want, whether it's a 1,000-mile ride, 1,200, 1,500. I mean, it's all up to you, the length of what you want to do. And then you can set it up and go ahead and do it. Raise the money, raise the funds, to set it up a month in advance or whatever you want. And the great thing about, there being the type of organization they are, 100% of the funds from Facebook will go to Mile Monsters because they are a nonprofit organization. And you can raise money, and plus in turn you'll get, stuff back from Mile Monsters, certificates and whatnot. And, you can set forth and make a ride of however you want.
So let's do this. The next time we decide to go up to Washington to go visit, let's do it that way so we can do, make the charity for that. And then we'll do that way. We'll ride back. Maybe we'll ride back through California. Maybe we'll get Denver and Dad to go with us too. And we can get that iron butt out of the way as well.
Yeah, I mean, because you can set up, plan out a basic, kind of plan out a route, what you want. So you kind of, say, take a snapshot of some Google Maps, put together a route, what you want to do, so you can show that, okay, here's where we're going to ride, write a paragraph or whatnot about it, throw up your map of where you want to ride, what your plan is, and then go from there.
Doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I would like to be involved. So when we're going to do this, we'll get everything figured out.
Glide. Was that the tech department in the background?
That was.
Yeah. But no, I mean, if you guys want to set it up, you want to do something to that, just, give me a call. I'll gladly help you out through whatever, whatnot. I can also get you in touch with Riot. And no, it's an awesome organization, man. I have a lot of fun doing what I do for them, and made a lot of good friends also through it. So It's something I enjoy. If I can do something I enjoy doing, which is riding, and I can do it for a greater good, a better cause, and help these kids, and man, I'm all about it.
That's exactly what we were talking about, and we want to be a part of that too.
Exactly.
So we'll need to get all this information and everything, get these things linked up so we can do this. I mean, like I said, man, I'll ride Lola. I don't give a shit. I'll ride whatever we got. Yeah, we're coming up in July. We'll be there, Maddie. We ain't gonna miss this. But yeah, man, I would like to be more involved with that kind of thing, you know, because we do a lot of riding, we do a lot of goofing off here. And if we can do it for a good charity and to help people or help these little ones out, then I think that's what we would like to be involved with. Well, me personally, I don't know about this guy over here, but whatever I do, he pretty much does too. So I think we're both in. Yeah. But when we do the iron ass or the iron butt thing,
the iron butt.
Yeah, I want to do it with Hayden too, so Hayden can get involved as well. Has Dad done it yet?
Funny story.
Shit.
So I used to talk about it all the time, and he'd tell me how stupid I was. Oh, that's just stupid. Why the fuck you want to do that? That's just dumb and all the shit. This was probably, let's say, 7-8 years ago, and he would just, borderline ridicule me, tell how stupid it is. That's just dumb. You got to enjoy this shit. Blah 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 blah. And I went up there doing shit on something, and we're up in the shop. He's like, hey, did you look over there and see the shit hanging on the wall? I'm like, well, no, I didn't. I turn around. There's his fucking iron butt plaque. There's his fucking license plate frame and all this. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, me and some of the guys went and did an iron butt last week, or, 2 weeks ago or some shit. I'm like, you're a fucking dick. You fucking give me shit, tell me how dumb it is, and you turn around and go do it. Like, that's just fucked up, Dad.
That fucker.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't invite all of us.
Oh, yeah, this was, a number of years ago. Yeah. He's already got his iron butt certificate. Yeah, he's got his iron butt rider and his number and everything. He's done one, so he's in the books.
Well, good. He's going to do it again. He's doing it with us. Shithead. I didn't even know about that. What the hell?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Either way, we'll do it with Hayden too then, because I know Hayden wanted. Well, he's already got his in too, but I have it, and I want Hayden to be there.
Well, I mean, Hayden doesn't have. He hasn't done a full 1,000 yet, and I'm sure Seth would love to do one too when he gets going on it. And I mean, I think Hayden's done about 800.
What do we got to get? What does Seth got to get done to this bike? I mean, what do we got to do here? Does he need bike parts? Because I like to buy shit.
We got to get a couple small parts for it. Yeah.
What is it?
It's a 79 Honda CBF 750 Super Sport.
No shit, dude. That's sick. That's legit.
It's got 12,000 miles on it.
How the hell did you score that?
Amy found it on Facebook, and I went and looked at it, and I'm like, really? And so I scored it really cheap.
Of course you did. Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Yeah. $400.
Sick, man. How much?
$400.
What the hell?
So we've taken some stuff up. I had all the carbs done. Took them to a buddy of mine. Our mechanic at work actually does a lot of that shit. So he tore the carbs apart, cleaned all them out, got those ready. So we got to get pod filters because I'm going to put the pods on each carburetor, get rid of the air box, and a couple small things. But I mean, the bike's in not bad condition. It's going to need tires, of course. Tires are fucking dry rotted, but it ran a year and a half, 2 years ago, and they parked it in the garage when the tabs expired and never did anything with it.
Man, that's a good ass deal, man. I'd be on that shit. How much longer does he got until he wants to get on it and go do shit with us?
Probably spring, summertime. He's got to take the course and whatnot.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, he doesn't.
So I'll probably, find a nice, like a 4-1 Kirker, throw on it, and
sounds sick.
Yeah, no shit. I'm jelly.
Put some rubber on it.
Good.
Then maybe down the road find some fucking CBR front forks and dump the CBR front end on it, upside down forks and
the inverts.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna do to the Dyna. CBR front end on it. Works pretty good actually. Owens
Actually,
and
go to the 49 millimeters on it.
well, I thought about that too, but I like the inverted look. It's just
You
it's
can
all
get
about,
the inverted with the 49s.
yeah, but then I'd have to do like Junior's front end there, and I don't know, man. To do the CBR shit to this bike to change it over to that, it's fairly cheap and pretty easy to do, and it works pretty good. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I mean, Harley inverted forks suck.
Just the internals.
Olens.
Oh, I know Owens would make it. Thank you. See, the bar lady's back. Thank you.
With what? Sweet tea?
I'm drinking coffee because I don't drink. You know that.
I know. That's why I figured it was sweet tea.
No, I'm trying to take a break from the sweet tea for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm getting fat, bro. I'm getting fat over here with that shit.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm chubby. I mean, I'm so fat now. I'm gonna have to change the suspension on my bike again and lift it back up because my fucking tire dragging my fat ass on it.
Oh shit.
What you got going on over there?
Wintertime, I've been checking out different rear suspension so I can do the rears. Change out the rear because springtime I got the brand new front end going in it.
You gonna head down to Brad's and have him do it?
Yeah, we'll go down to Brad's and we'll do the front end because he has all the new forks with the all progressive springs and totally rebuilt with all progressive shit in the front. So I'm looking at probably just doing progressive in the rear for now, but I haven't committed to anything. I was actually doing some shopping today, just looking online at different shit. I haven't totally decided for the rear, but they're going to get changed by springtime.
Yeah, suspension for these old girls is a little expensive. I've kind of
Legends. Yeah, Legends are nice, Bri, but I'm just not sold on
I'm going
Legends,
with that guy, Legends.
I would love to go fucking RWDs.
I was just gonna say RWD all the way.
Yep.
Way better.
That's right. You told me about that.
Yeah, Russ Wernemont's.
Yep.
Way better.
Yeah, that's good shit right there. But you pay for that deal.
Yeah. Well, it's about the same as Legends. It ain't much difference.
And you're getting a better shock from RWD. I've heard Legends blown out.
Let's not knock Legends. Come on now.
I'm not knocking them any. I mean, I've known some guys that have problems, but Legends has been a trusted name in the industry. I'm not knocking them whatsoever. But you can also look at RWD, and that guy has designed suspension that, I mean, his shit runs fucking Baja for years. I mean, he started with trucks with Toyota. With
right on Toyota.
That's right. With fucking, I mean, designing everything for Iron Man Stewart through all the years, and the dude knows his shit. And then he came to motorcycles, and I got a buddy of mine that he put him on the front and rear, and now he used to have a problem. I mean, the dude pounds miles, but he would always have a problem. Usually 600-700 miles, his fucking shoulders would be hurting his back, and a little ibuprofen, keep going. And since he finally has the front done, and he did the rears about 8 months ago, put the front in 2.5 months ago, he goes, I mean, doesn't need anything anymore. He goes, dude, it is such a fucking huge difference. The comfort, the pain's gone in his shoulders and his back, and fucking he fucking loves him. He won't ever go away from it.
Check that shit out too.
Yeah, he put those in his Road King and fucking absolutely loves it. But there's lots of options. There's so many companies. I mean, you have so many options, and everybody's now their opinions, and everybody likes their brands. And hey, I'm not knocking anybody or anything about any brands. I mean,
no.
If you like this one, hey, dude, go with it. That's totally cool. We all have different opinions. Everybody's gonna find what works for them, and so, man, do it. If you like it, fucking rock it and enjoy it and ride the shit out of it.
Yeah. See, I'm the type of person that I like to try it all, man. Like
fucking Bride's a pusher.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You need a 131.
That's right. So, Bry's trying to work some shit. There's a possibility that Bry is going to fly out here and ship his bike in August to ride Monsters Over Mountains, and then he'll ride back to the East Coast.
Damn, that's a mob.
So I told him Craig's going to be riding out from Minnesota, then he's riding back to Minnesota for it. Riot's coming out from New Jersey, then he's riding back to New Jersey. I believe you got Go Home Ken coming out of Arkansas. Hopper says he wants to ride up from Texas, and there's some other people that reached out from the East Coast that they want to come over for it. So I don't know that we could have maybe 20, 25 people showing up for Monsters Over Mountains. I mean, you got the original crew is all game to do it again, and no, it could be cool.
Yeah, I'm down. We might join in on this deal.
Do it.
Down for that one. It just depends on when I get a bike again, because like I said earlier, man, I keep buying these old bikes that we got to sit here and put back together because.
Well, you got a few of them behind you. Just fucking fix one and just fucking ride it.
You know me. You know me, Denver. I can't do that. I got to fix them all.
Get one of them ready and take a fucking 1,500-mile adventure.
Oh, I got one ready to go right now. I got to put her stock tires and wheels back on her, and I'm down.
Then do it.
Let's go.
Okay, August 19th and 20th. It's already in the Mile Monsters calendar.
What day?
Oh, August 19th and 20th.
Mark that shit down.
Oh, don't worry. I have a calendar coming for you. It's already printed in the calendar.
Oh, that's right. He's sending us a calendar. I forgot about that deal.
It's already in there.
It's already in there? Well, then I'm in. It's a weekend.
It's Friday night. Be there
shit
by midnight.
That's right. Well, you might want to be here before then because we'll leave Saturday like 5 in the morning.
That's fine.
So maybe leave Thursday and show up Thursday night, chill out Friday, and then we ride Saturday, Sunday.
And then we got to ride all the way back.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll talk about that afterwards.
But I'm game. Yeah, I'm down. I might be down for this deal. I might.
Oh yeah.
I'll bring the shovel head. We'll ride that old lady.
Just ride it.
Guess we're all carrying oil.
Yeah, you guys might want to add oils to your saddlebags for me.
Hey, I got a toolkit. Don't worry.
Oh no, man! That's a shovel head. It leaks like a quart of oil every time we get 100 miles on it.
It leaks a quart of oil.
Oh shit! Good times.
You know it. These old bikes, man, they got a story to tell. That's what I'm about. I like it. Even though they leak 16 gallons of oil on my floor every day, I'm still about it. Still about it.
And that's why they made those oil mats. It's all good.
I'm so cheap. I just cut cardboard and throw them underneath it until the cardboard's full, and then I throw that away and cut another one, which is like every week.
Oh, shit.
I think we have inventory now on
yeah, man. I don't want to take it out yet because I want to ride it through the summer. The cases are leaking. The transmission seal's leaking.
It's actually not even officially winter yet. You can pull it out and have it back in by March, and springtime's about March, April. You got time. What are you waiting for?
It's like 6 degrees
outside. I was
going
to say it's like 6 degrees here. It gets
cold. Winter officially doesn't start until like Wednesday.
Oh.
Winter here started like 6 months ago.
We're pre-winter then.
That's right.
Yeah. No, you got a good point. I guess I could do that. Yank it real quick and throw some seals in it and maybe some rings.
Some gaskets, that 80-inch kit, new jugs, pistons, rings.
I keep telling them to go to the fucking 107 with it.
I would love to do all of that, but you know my wife, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm not talking to her right now, so that's so good for me.
I gotta squeak that past my wifey first.
Hold on, I got a blocker from the channel while we talk about all this.
Oops. No, man, she is extremely understanding and fully 100% supports my
fucking wretch bender Nick. Dollar store cookie sheets. Just dump it and put it back in.
No shit. That's a good idea right there.
Yeah, I think we got a few of them.
Yeah, then I got a few of them. Instead of all this cardboard all over my garage. But like I was saying, man, she's really supportive of this. She supports my addiction. She's all about this for me, and I can't say that I really want to walk this path with anybody else that would do this with me. She's just, I go in the house and I'm like, babe, I got to spend $1,000 on this bike. And she's like, why? And I'm like, well, because it broke down again. And she's like, okay, okay, that's what I get. Okay. It's never a no, we can't do this, or it's never, you can't buy that. It's okay. Like, man, I built this lowrider here, this Lola, this Cholo, man. I don't know how much money I actually got into it, and I don't really care because we built this shit together, and it was just the experience of doing it together. But, man, my wife, I'm pretty sure she added like at least half of her hair was gray after I was done building this thing. No.
I'm not even done yet.
Yeah, and I'm not even there all the way, but
Yeah, you still got to change all the lights. You still got those stock fucking Edison bulbs in that fucker.
I got to do the lights still. I still have to do the suspension. I still got to change the legs on it. There's a few things I'd like to do, but like I said before, man, I can't stop buying these sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. I can't stop buying these damn bikes,
Well, see, you got to buy those ones cheap and then just flip them to pay for that one.
What are you talking about? How do you sell these? I can't sell these bikes, man. Austin's like, Dad, we're going to buy this bike. We're going to fix it up, and then I'm going to sell it. And I'm like, okay, sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. We fix it up, and it adds to my collection.
No, see, okay, so, hey, Austin, the next one's got to go in your name. So he goes inside to eat dinner, you roll it out of your garage, take it home, and sell it.
That's what I'm trying to do here.
This is why
he's just like, no.
This is why he's going to have the business all to himself, man, because I can't be involved with this because you bring these bikes to my house. I want to keep them all. I love all of them. They're like beautiful ladies, man. I just want them all. You know what I mean? I'm just like, come to me.
Oh, shit.
They are. That's how I see it.
But eventually you're going to run out of room, so you got to start getting rid of them to pay for the other stuff to build the ones ahead of it.
Oh, he cleared out more room for this.
Oh, yeah. I'll throw shit away, bro. I will throw everybody's shit in the trash to make more room.
Where's the old Ford sitting at?
It's in the backyard on the car trailer underneath tarps.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Jesus.
I told you. This is like the biggest. It's like a drug habit for me, honestly. This is every day I wake up, bro. I am on Facebook Marketplace looking for motorcycle parts, if not new motorcycles. I'm on.
Actually, hey, Fat Glide's got a good point. When you split the case, paint the inside with.
I will. I know. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will totally.
I couldn't pronounce that, so I figured I'd just let it go.
Yeah, I watched a big video on that actually. This engine builder that I follow on YouTube, he insists on doing that stuff. So, and the paint for the inside of the cases and whatnot. I mean, I'm totally about it, and I want to do it, but I've never split the cases on one of these. I mean, the 66, we did that one twice because the first one we split the case and broke it, but I had help there. Was Sean? Was it Sean? Yeah, Sean Corderay. Yeah, that guy, man, that guy is just brilliant when it comes to these things, and spending that little bit of time with him and watching him work on that bike, you learn a lot of shit, and I kind of wish
he fucking knows old fucking bikes.
Exactly, and I wish I had him here right now for this deal. I mean, me and Austin, we're going to do it. We're going to break it down and split it. We have all the books, and I mean, what better way to learn how to do it yourself than to just do it? So it'd be nice to have a little bit of oversight, though, to have somebody that knows what they're doing versus me and Junior here that are just going to read it out of a book and do it. But
hey, I got a buddy up in Afraid I can get you in contact with. He's good at that shit, so I can get you in touch with Colin. He runs a shop out of his place, his part-time gig, and he does a lot of shit on old fucking Evos.
This is the old shovel.
No, this is the shovel. We're going to do the shovel.
I know Colin's done some older bikes, but he's got some knowledge in that shit too, so I can always get you in touch with him too. He might be able to help you and answer some questions also.
Cool. Well, this is where I'm at with this deal too. I've done a lot of shit. I've built a lot of motors. I've fixed a lot of stuff. I mean, it can't be that hard. I mean, it really can't.
Until it is.
I hope it's not that hard. And if it is that hard, then I guess we're going to have a bunch of parts laying in the garage until we figure out how to put it back together. But it's one of those deals. I want to do it with him, together right here on this bench. And if we fuck it up, then I guess I'll be ordering a new S&S motor for it, like I was planning on anyway. But it'd still be cool to have that experience with your son, to tear it down, rebuild it, throw it back in the bike, and actually have it start up and run on the first.
Oh yeah, instead of spending the $7,000 to $12,000 on S&S.
Exactly. So I think for me,
and your wife would love that more than you spending it on S&S.
Yeah,
I
haven't broke the S&S motor to her yet because I don't really know how to go about that whole situation.
All right, I'll text her the link. Don't worry.
Okay. Oh, that's right. She's watching.
Yeah,
shit.
She's watching you now.
Okay, I'll just say it then. So I've been eyeballing this S&S motor for a while, and I've been trying to figure out the best way to go about telling my beautiful wife, babe, I would like to spend $9,000 on this motor.
You're fucked. That's all I got to say, buddy.
Yeah. I already know I'm going to get told no on that.
So you need to sell the one on the lift, and the other one that, the other Dyna, you got to sell that one. And with those two, you could probably do the S&S engine you want. Get rid of the other ones.
Probably not going to happen. I'm probably never going to sell either one of them. And when I do yank the motor out of it, and if I do get lucky enough to sweet talk my wife into letting me buy this other one, man, I'll probably take that one and put it in like an old chopper, build like an old 70s long nose chopper out of it or something, like this guy right here, man, he should have been born in the 60s and 70s, right? Because he wants to build a his and hers chopper, like
King and Queen with
stretched out, like the whole 9 yards. I'm like, son, you've never ridden a rigid frame before with the no suspension in the front. And he's like, I don't give a shit, man. I want to ride this bike across the country. And I'm okay.
Gonna do it. 8 over front end, king queen seat, just
See?
mobbing.
Like I said, man, you should have been. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing it.
No way.
I'm like, I'll follow behind you, buddy. I mean, I'm there for the ride, but
I just need you to pack oil around.
I don't know if I can ever ride a rigid frame across the country.
You better get online and find chiropractors for about every 100 fucking miles.
Massage
parlors.
That. Yeah, I did think about that.
Kidney belts.
I'm gonna ask.
Hey, don't worry. I will even hook you up with a wild ass just to help you even more.
Sweet.
Oh, I already told him that. I'm like, you better call your Uncle Denver and get one of them wild ass seats for this deal. But we want to build. This is our other deal. We want to build a bike. Actually, I'll just let you tell it. Since this is your deal, you're going to race the bike.
Race the bike or the bike build?
Well, both. So we want to build a bike for this gentleman's race is what he wants to do it. I just want to go for the experience and watch. He wants to run it. So eventually here down the road, we're going to end up building something so he can go and have this dream of his and race this. Man, it's actually a pretty cool looking deal. Have you ever looked it up or seen what we're talking about?
I don't think so. I don't know.
So it's all antique bikes, man. Like old flathead, single cylinder.
I do know what you're talking about.
And this has been his dream now going on. I don't know how long we've been talking about this deal for him. And that's kind of where we're steering towards now is just getting, like the bucket list shit out. That's where I'm at. I want to get all these little bucket list things that I got going on. I want to get them all out in the open and get it done and over with so I can move on to the next deal. But I'm gonna kind of put my priorities aside so we can do this deal for him. And it's just one of those deals that I want him to experience and have that opportunity to go to and ride with these guys, and see the bikes and be a part of that brotherhood, because that's a whole different type of brotherhood right there, man. These are older men that have, I don't know, these bikes been passed down. They've built these bikes out of parts and pieces that they found at yard sales and shit. And that's what I want to do. I want to buy something at a yard sale that's just a pile of bolts and within the next few months have it out there racing on this deal for him, and
racing down the beach.
Yeah, man, it's all on the beach. I mean,
Dude,
it's
that's
just
what
a cool deal.
when I was in this summer when I went over to meet everybody in Sturgis over there, Rapid City for the Hoka Hey, there was a lady there riding a 48 knucklehead, and then Hyde, who's friends with Riot, he was riding a 52 knuckle in the fucking event.
That's the shit that
It's
I'm
like,
talking about, man. I
holy
love those
fuck.
bikes. You just, I don't know, man. It takes like a different breed of person.
Yeah.
You know, you get these guys that.
It's crazy.
Hold on, sorry, I was reading text messages too. You get these guys that buy, like, I'm gonna go back to the yuppies, and I hope I don't offend anybody on here. You get these guys, right, that go out and they're like, I want to be a biker. Go to your local bike shop or your local Harley shop. You go buy yourself a brand new Street Glide, throw on your Simpson helmet and your flannel, bam, you're a biker, right? I want to hang out with the guys that have been doing this since they were little kids and building these bikes from ground up, from nothing. I don't want to be around the yuppies that are like, oh, look, I bought this bike. I'm going to come here and race it. I want to be the guys that show up and be like, man, we found every piece of this bike and we built this with our bare hands. And here we are. My boy's going to race this shit with you. You know, that's what I'm about with this, man. That's why I said I like these old bikes, because they have a story to tell. And a lot of these new aged yuppies, they don't have that. You know, they just want to go out and be like the next guy over and ride this new bike and not have a story or even know how to change the fucking oil in the thing, you know? Sorry, I hope I don't piss anybody off, but
Well, I mean, that's like, I can remember when I was 10, maybe, when Glenn, my stepdad, brought home his 73 Shovelhead. It was in probably 15 boxes, which was actually the original cop bike from Port Angeles. And about 3 months later, he's rolling down the road on it.
that's what I'm saying, man. Man, you remember that old hill climb bike at Glenn? Sorry, I don't mean to go off topic here.
Oh, yeah, I can remember that. I can remember the times I rode it. It wasn't like riding my 500. It's like my 500 you could throw around on the hill. You couldn't throw that Harley around. It's like whatever way it's pointing, you better hope you have the balls to just wrap that throttle, because you're going for a ride in whatever direction that fucker's pointed. You not be in the groove, but you're going to go through the trees, the bushes, and you're going to make your own fucking path, but hang on, because it's a ride.
See, even stuff like that, man, talking to Glenn about that bike and, you know, his previous and, you know, the bike that he had, that's the shit that I'm about with this. I love the talking and the stories and the getting to know these guys that, you know, not to throw out club names, but there's some HA people around here that we know that, man, they have some of the coolest shit. Like this FXR that this guy has around here that he's building, you don't see that kind of shit. You know, this thing is like, what is it, like 6 over, and he's gonna drag race it. And I mean, he's shooting for the fastest FXR, well, in our state. But stuff like that, man, you get to talking to these guys and they start going into detail and where they found the bike and how they got the bike and, you know, what they go through to get the bike, like us driving 12 hours or whatever to go get the 66. You know, stuff like that is what we love. You know, it's not necessarily we're going to go to the bike store and go buy, which we have, and I'm not going to hide it. We've spent our fair share of money in the Harley shop too. But you go into those places and you start talking to these people, like our buddy Lars, man. He's just an old school, down to earth, dirty biker. You know, like he is the dirty biker. He doesn't shower regularly sometimes. You know, he's just like, look at him, so he's just fucking dirty, you know? And then like the next time you see him, he's all dressed in his deeds, you know? He's got his Dixon on. He's got all of his shit on, you know? And he fits that part. Like he's both. You know, and those are the kind of people that we like to surround ourselves with is, you know, other enthusiasts that aren't the yuppie type that just buy the bike and they're like, yo, man, I bought this brand new roadglide and it's a 114 and that's all I know. That's it. You know, I don't know anything about the handlebars and risers that came on the bike or the 2-in-1 pipe, you know, shit like that. You know, we have some of those type of friends too that went out and bought the bikes because we had the bikes, and then all of a sudden never ride the bikes anymore because I don't even know, you know. And I'm like, bro, let me get that bike. Let me get that bike. You know, that's what I'm about, because that's how I was raised, man. All the shit that I went through with my dad growing up, and all the bikes that I got to work on with my dad growing up, being club member bikes. I'm not gonna say club who, but being club member bikes and getting to meet like the head of the clubs and stuff like that, man. And going to all of these motorcycle runs and like the Redwood runs and stuff like that as a little kid, and being around all of these bikers and, you know, seeing the biker life at that point in my life, you know, that's just what I want now. You know, I want to go back and live those days with him. And I'd like to take my family, like my daughters and my wife, and go to Sturgis so they can experience that stuff. I don't know. I guess I'm big family orientated with this, and I want everybody to enjoy it, not just myself and my girls. I mean, you know, Carly, she's so out there and like open about it all, you know, and she wants to know, and she tries to talk about it here and there. She don't know shit about the bike, but you know, it's just the fact.
Iowa Hawk, thanks for tuning in, man. Merry Christmas to you too, buddy.
It's just the fact that she comes out here and Kayla comes out here, and that's just what I like, man. I want everybody to be involved, and I want to build a bike for Daytona Bike Week, and I want to take my family.
Well, I think it says something else when you can buy your bike and do the stuff, do the work on the bike yourself, and not have to rely on dealerships or, you know, aka stealerships and whatnot to do the stuff. And I think it just, you know what, I mean, granted, not all of us are mechanically inclined, and, you know, not everybody can do it, but I think sometimes, you know, even if you're just doing the small things, whether you're doing your oil change, your services and whatnot, you can get that sense of, you know, maybe get a little bit more pride, but sure, not everybody's mechanically inclined. They're going to want to dive into the deeper stuff, and hey, that's cool. But I think it's just a little bit more pride when you can, you know, enjoy it. You take your enjoyment of riding to another level when you're also being able to do the wrenches. And no, it's not everybody can do it. I get that. And we all have different, you know, a sense of pride or whatnot. I mean, yeah, we all like our bikes. We all enjoy riding. And I think everybody can only go so far with their bike because of their knowledge. And I get that, but
oh, I get that too.
You know, and especially when we're out there enjoying it. You know, if you buy a bike, you enjoy it, and I think part of it, you know, gets me sad. You see some of these bikes for sale, okay, in 08, 09, and 2010, and they got 5,000 miles on it. It's
exactly.
Like, you know, is this a midlife crisis? And just, I don't know, I look at some of those like, Jesus, you know, you barely broke a bike in, and then
Yuppies.
You did. It's like you don't want to, not trying to downplay the individual, but it's like you never got to break it in and really experience the opportunities that you had. But hey, I mean, of course, there are circumstances. There are reasons behind it and whatnot, but it's just, you know, sad.
No, there is, and I'm not calling everybody a yuppie because they don't know how to work on their fucking bike or they can't change.
No, I get
oil.
that too. 100%.
I'm just saying, you know, it's not like it was when we were kids. You know what I mean? Like when we were growing up, talking about bikes and wanting to go on these rides and take all of these adventures. When Maddie and Austin were babies, you know, that's what I'm talking about. It's not the same type of era that it used to be. You know, it's more, it's more lawyer, doctor type of deal. You know, I'm the occasional weekend rider, but I dress the part and I think I'm a badass because I have this bike. You know, those are the people. I don't mind those people either. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind.
But, I mean, and there is the over under of those also. There are those that are absolutely fucking insane guys that you wouldn't think that are doctors and lawyers.
Yeah,
that mob that. I mean, for instance, you know, Hyde, who I was talking about, he rode his 52 fucking knucklehead. The guy's a surgeon.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Rode his knucklehead, but it's like, holy fuck.
But that surgeon has probably worked on that bike and knows every bit of that bike front to back.
Oh,
you know?
I mean, and, you know, he's
that's what I'm talking
a club guy, you know, I mean, fucking booze fighter for a long time. But, I mean,
Bro,
there are all these guys that you wouldn't, you'd look at them, what they're riding, and you just think, oh, this guy's, you know, Joe Blow. But No, this dude is a fucking
I don't go by
six-figure mofo,
impression,
and it's
bro.
like you wouldn't realize it. You look at it's like you're riding that, and I mean, I'm sure he has more than one bike, not which I mean, obviously, most likely does, but I think he's doing that to prove a point that hey, you know what, I can still do this on an old bike, and you know, look what I'm going to do. And dude, I have the most utmost respect for
Me
that.
too. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm not saying that I judge everybody based like the street glide guy that just bought the bike and rode it out. You know, I've watched guys buy brand new bikes at the Harley shop, and you can tell the guys that have never ridden a bike, and you can tell the guys that have ridden the bike their whole life. You know, the guy that's never ridden the bike has the dealer push it outside for him and start the bike so he can ride it halfway down the street, turn around and bring it back and say, I don't want this. It scares me. Versus the guy that's ridden the bike his whole life does a burnout out of the fucking dealership with it. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know,
Of course, like when I talked to the dude over at the Indian dealership, we sat there for a half hour. He's like, you need to ride it. I'm like, dude, I'm not buying the bike. He goes, yeah, I know you're not buying it. He goes, but you fucking know what the fuck you're talking about. So go take this bike out and enjoy a ride. All right.
No, I remember that.
I'll take
And
that.
that's what I'm
out.
saying, man, is those are the people like yourself that I like to surround myself with, is the people that I can talk about the bikes with and know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like if me and Junior are sitting in here talking about cams and we're talking about woods cams and, you know, duration and lift, and there's somebody in here that doesn't know what we're talking about and it just goes over their head, that's the shit that I'm saying. Why the fuck you got a brand new bike if you don't even know what you got, man? Like that's what I mean. I mean, I know I kind of sound like an asshole here, but I prefer like, I don't know. I guess I just prefer like the old bikers still, you know, like I want to hang around with the old guys. I want to learn from the old guys. I like talking to the old guys and picking their brains because they've been around the block 100 times. You know, they've seen these old bikes torn down. They've been to crazy ass motorcycle rallies and shit like that.
And the stories they have on the road, the adventures. I mean, that's why I do this. Dude, hearing the stories of places and all that shit, it just, fuck, it's fun as shit.
It is fun. And that's what I was getting at. And it's not that I'm being judgmental to the new rider, but bro, don't come at me in your fucking Dixon flannel, carrying your Simpson helmet, wearing your Vans, and telling me that you've only ridden 2 weeks, bro, and want to talk bike shop with me, because I kind of get like, I want to laugh. I'm like, bro, for real. I mean, you just bought a lowrider S 117. You've only ridden the bike around the block. Why didn't you start out on like something a little smaller where I don't have to worry about you crashing and dying? You know what I mean? It's the dad instinct in me, man. I can't help it. So some of his friends buy these fast ass bikes and they never ridden a motorcycle in their fucking life. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, that's what he says, man. Oh, you got to learn somehow. Like this kid just jumped on this bike one day and took off. And I'm like, all right, then that's where we're going to do this. And we've been doing it ever since. But he's different, you know, like I know Junior, and if he's not comfortable, he'll tell you. These other kids want to keep up with him and ride these crazy ass bikes. And I'm like, Austin, man, just slow down a little bit so, you know, we don't have to worry about this shit. And he's like, well, they got to learn somehow. But
yeah, you got to learn to ride your own ride.
Yeah. You don't know your limits until you push them. That's the way I look at it for myself.
And everybody has different ones. And, you know, there's no sense trying to keep up with George. If he's out of your level, then ride your ride within your level. And if he's going to pull away, dude, let him pull away until you can get confident. You got to know your bike. You got to know your own levels. And you got to know when to say, okay, that's beyond where I'm at right now.
Well, unless you just straight run out of talent and park that shit in the farmer's field. I mean.
Well, yeah, there's that too, you know. Jump the ditch and say, fucking hey, plant my ass like a petunia.
Dude, it wasn't like a dirt bike either. I'm just telling you that. All these guys are like, yeah, I ride a Harley like a dirt bike. They're full of shit, okay? That hitting the ditch going that fast, it doesn't feel like a dirt bike, okay? There's no bounce. It's just dead.
I bet it was.
I'm just saying.
Well, that's some fucking awesome shit.
It's quite the sight.
Yeah, it was quite the feeling. Let me tell you what.
I bet it was.
I've crashed a lot of dirt bikes in my life and shit like that. Dude, nothing feels that way when you hit when you hit the ground on an 800-pound motorcycle, it lets you know.
Yeah, it does. That's no shit, man. So, are you glad you finally came out, and fucking, come and hung out and bullshit with me?
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's not like we don't do this on, damn near, well, I mean, not the daily anymore, but you know what I mean? All the time. And
it wasn't as bad as I thought. You know what I mean? I was stressed out about this deal all week. Like, I was freaking out, like sweating and shit. Like right now, dude, my hands are still sweaty, but I'm glad we did it. And I'm glad we got to talk and kind of explain where we're at with our bike craze. Well, my bike craze. Yeah, man. I'll do this again for sure. We'll do this again.
Fuck yeah, you will. So,
yeah.
But no, man, thanks. This has been a lot of fun. I know I've been, we've talked about this forever, trying to get your ass to come on here. Oh, I can't do it. And dude, but I'm fucking glad you
couldn't do it. I'm just
I
shocked.
know.
I'm just
hey, man, I'm glad you finally
dumb shit and
you got over your nerves and you finally came on. That's what's awesome, man. It meant a lot to me. And dude, this has been so much fucking fun, buddy.
Is this how long we've been on this deal?
Yeah, almost 2 hours.
Holy shit. It only felt like 20 minutes, really. I'm just sitting here like talking away.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're fucking chatty Cathy, buddy. But no, dude, this has been awesome, man, brother. I've enjoyed the shit out of this, Nick. And
me too.
But we will definitely be doing this again in the near future. That is for sure.
Yeah. We will have more shit coming in here. We are gonna start building some other stuff. So yeah, we have a couple bike shows that we're gonna try to make this year. So we got some stuff going on, and I definitely would like to share it all with your
fucking
viewers.
A, man. Anytime.
Talk about it more, and if I have
hell yeah, I mean, guys already want you to come back on Fat Glide. You got Red Spender Nick. Fucking, you got Dallas. Well, actually, now he's Middle Tennessee Concrete. Was Dallas Facebook or the Face Mullet? But no, man, this has been a lot of fun, man. I'm glad you finally, kind of. I understand the nerves and whatnot, but I'm glad you came on. And we will absolutely be doing this again. And,
yes, we will.
The near future. Fuck
yeah,
buddy. So, hey guys, man, thank you all for tuning in for Milepost 86. We'll not be doing anything next week. It's Christmas. Y'all enjoy time with your families. And we will be seeing you on New Year's Eve with an awesome fellow mile monster. And we will introduce you to her in some upcoming posts. So, hey guys, thanks for tuning in, man. Ride safe, have fun, enjoy the open road, and we will catch you on the next Milepost.